All right, guys, I wanted to hop on here and film my tip of the week this week. This week, I want to talk about using smaller coils, hunting and iron, like the HF2 coil. Um, even though it's a smaller coil, it's lighter weight. A lot of people have a tendency to swing it faster. And
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Friday Night. Michael, it's been a rush day for me today.
I know, what was that at the beginning I heard?
I think you're the only one who heard that, though. It didn't show
Okay.
up on the screen. So,
Right.
yeah, we're all good. Hey, guys, welcome to Friday Night. We so appreciate you guys being here tonight. I got to get a little more light in here, Michael. A little dark in here. What do you think?
I need to be in the dark. I don't need to be seen too much.
Yeah, you've been in the dark. Good evening, everyone. Thank you guys for being here. We so appreciate each and every one of you, especially taking your time out on a Friday night to join with Michael and I and just have some fun, metal detecting talk. And we're real excited to be here. I've been back at work, so not as many detecting videos, but I've got some videos that I've got to put up, but I haven't done it yet. And we're just
getting rain.
Oh yeah, and last weekend all it did was rain on me. So every time I thought I was going to go out, it was just pouring down rain. So yeah, I totally understand. And but hopefully some of you guys have been able to get out and hunt and have found some amazing things and had some great adventures. And we're going to be talking about all kinds of things tonight, Michael. I got to change my clarity here. I'm broadcasting in 720 right now. So maybe that looks a little clearer. Hopefully it does. I think it does. Doesn't need to look too clear because I'm not. So, yes. So, guys, thank y'all so much for joining in. And we try to be here every Friday night for you guys. We don't take breaks. We just get out here and try to have fun and bring you guys just a fun time on Friday night. And I'll be honest with you, we almost thought about not doing this tonight, but then we said, hey, there's some people that really look forward to this on Friday night. So we've got some news. We don't have a ton of news. So, but we are going to just carry on with some of the things that we know. And we'll just have a good time and just enjoy being with each other. And that's pretty much what it's all about. And again, we have a loyal following and we appreciate each and every one of you being here tonight. I'm back at school, wide open with kids, high school kids at that. And they sort of keep me going. And it's just been a tough week. I've had some setbacks this week. I had a hot water heater go and I had an air conditioner go all in the same week. So it's been a rough week. And Michael.
Yeah.
So Michael, let's give our shout outs because we got a good crowd coming on in here, and hopefully everybody will join in. And tell your friends, tell them to come on and join in on the fun. And we're going to make the most of Friday night and enjoy ourselves. And maybe I can get you off in time to watch if you love watching NFL or you like watching the Braves. Maybe I can get you guys off.
Yeah, football's here.
Yeah, football's close. It's right around the corner. So it's going to be happening really, really soon. But again, thank you guys for being here tonight. As always, Michael, Mr. Old Pelon is in the house. Says good afternoon, Brian and Michael. Glad to have you in here, Old Pelon. MD4 Cash is in here. Says hi, Southern Relic Adventures. Thank you, MD4 Cash. We appreciate you. There's our main guy there, Mr. Digging Daryl. Always glad to have Digging Daryl in here with us as well. There's Mr. Richard Smart. He says, hey, guys, glad to have you in here tonight, Richard, with us. We appreciate you. There's Miss Bells, as always, here with us. We appreciate Bells being here with us. Mr. LC Hunt is in the house. Glad to have LC as well. Always great to have him in the house and great supporter of our channel. Mr. CZ Digger, he's always a regular too. We appreciate CZ and all of his knowledge and sharing what he knows on here as well. So thank you, CZ, for being here. Mr. Damian Thorne, he says he's sort of here, but he's at a club. Damian, well, do we need to ask him what kind of club he's at, Michael?
I might be watching the game somewhere. I don't know.
Who knows where Damian is? Glad to have you, Damian. Thanks for joining in. Mr. Gene Gilstrap's in here with us. Glad to have Gene, also loyal supporter. Mr. Detect Meister, thank you for being here tonight. Detect Meister says, good evening, everyone from Ireland. Always Mr. Ricky Bennett and those Go Dogs. Says, greetings, everyone. Happy Friday night. Been on a tractor all afternoon, ready for some relaxing. I bet. I know what that's like, too. Old Timer 50's in here. It says, good evening, all from Southern Virginia. Glad to have you in here, Old Timer 50. We got Mr. Digging Dude all the way from New York. Glad to have Digging Dude here with us. Appreciate him. Mr. Lost Soul is in here. Glad to have Lost Soul. Gary Holes is in here. Says, hello, everyone from Oregon. Got them all over the place, Michael. Mr. DK1 Detects is in here. Glad to have DK1 Detect. Always on here and great supporter of the channel. Mr. Workman's Adventure, always too. Another great supporter. Always super excited when he shows up. Mr. Bart Cubbins is in here. He says, much love to y'all. I hope y'all are all having a wonderful Friday. Thank you, Bart. And we hope you're having a great and fantastic week. And you're going to have an even fantastic weekend as well. So glad to have you in here, Bart. PG Digger is in here. Glad to have PG. Says, hello, everybody. Appreciate you joining in, PG. We've got Mr. Richard Pelkey always in here with us, and we always appreciate him as well. Let's see. I don't want to miss anybody. Ringmaster Ray is in the house. Glad to have Ringmaster Ray all the way from Lubbock, Texas. So a lot of people doing a lot of things on Friday nights. We realize that this is sort of the what I call the doldrums, heading into metal detecting season. When those temps start to drop and people start to get out of the house, it starts to cool down. You guys up north, I know you don't have as long as a period to really get out there and hunt, but I know a lot of you are going to start, as it begins to cool down in the month of September and October. So, we realize that this is probably the slow time of the year in the middle of August. We know it's hot here, but it's been hot and rainy here. So real humid, humidity's up really bad. I'm hoping maybe I can get out this weekend. I was hoping for last weekend, but that really got bogged down with rain. And really hoping that maybe I can get out this weekend, Michael, maybe.
Yeah, this has probably been the wettest summer that I remember in a long time, aside from a hurricane, but it's I mean, every day is.
Michael, you had to bring up that word hurricane. I mean,
I know we got one.
I just have one bearing down on me real soon. So yeah, we're really hoping that we don't have to deal with that. But if we do, we do. And maybe that'll bring us some relics. You never know because of the hurricane. So, again, we'll see what happens. So, Michael, just a couple of things, and we're going to lead off the show. I know a lot of you guys are tired of talking about the HF2 coil because a lot of you don't have it. Here's what I know. So I'm just going to be honest and upfront with a lot of you. Those coils are still on hold, is all I can tell you at this point. And again, it does have to do with the tariffs. So when they get all this stuff ironed out, I think that we'll start to see these coils. And I know you guys are anxious about it. I know y'all have seen Michael and I using them and finding some amazing things. And I'm hoping that you guys will be able to get yours and start using them and find some amazing things. So that's really all I can tell you at this point. I can say that XP is working at getting these things here, and hopefully it will happen soon. So that's really all I can say at this point. But if I get more information and they tell me there's some more things that I can make public, then I will. But at this point, that's what I've been sort of hearing from them and hearing from some other people as far as the coils. So if you have one on order, the only thing I can tell you is be patient and try to hang on. It is a great coil, and Michael and I have had a lot of success with that coil. And if you are interested in the HF2 coil and you want to get on the waiting list for when they start to arrive, please check out our buddy, Mr. LMS Metal Detecting, down at the bottom. His information is scrolling across the bottom, and he can get you hooked up and on a waiting list. Also, there's some great deals on the Deus 2 metal detector. We went over some of that last week. Go check out his site. You can also look on my YouTube channel, and I've got his store linked into my YouTube channel, so you guys can go and you can look at all the items and things that he has in his store simply by clicking on the pictures and the links that are down below. But definitely go check Mike out if you are interested in a detector, you need a backpack, you need a shovel, whatever it may be. Mike can get you hooked up, and he's got connections with pretty much everybody. You're a beach hunter. Again, he's got some amazing scoops, lightweight titanium scoops. They're some of the best in the business. And Mike can get you hooked up at LMS Metal Detecting. And again, his information is scrolling across the bottom. So
great deals for sure.
Yes. Yeah, and a lot of people, and this was from Digging Dude. He says, "Let's talk detecting fun. XP dropping the ball." Well, and I'm going to be honest with you. Not that I'm taking up for XP, but a lot of this is still really to deal with the tariffs and what's going on with the European Union and the United States and components and those kinds of things. So, again, the main thing I can tell you right now is be patient. This stuff is coming. So hang tight. Don't stress about it, but hopefully we'll have those and they'll get all this stuff worked out in the near future, and just be patient. I was hoping that by this week, I really felt like that we were going to start to see some of those coils arriving. I know some of you are on waiting lists. Some of you have already put down money, and I know that's tough, as far as that goes right now. But again, it is a phenomenal coil. I do enjoy using it. Michael's enjoyed using it. Y'all have seen the finds that I've been finding with the HF2 coil. Love it. It's just amazing to use, especially in these really trashy iron sites that we hunt. And Michael and I have had big success with that coil. So again, all I can tell you is, be patient with it. And, hopefully XP and the customs and everything else that's going on, they get some of this stuff ironed out, and we'll have this thing to us really soon. Bell says, a little reliable birdie told me HF coils are on the dot, but yes, and that's what I just said. It is, Bells. And that's what I'm trying to, urge people to sort of just, be patient. It's coming. We're going to have these things hopefully really soon. And we'll see what happens there. CZ Digger says he paddled through the Panama Canal from the Atlantic Ocean to the Pacific Ocean when I lived there as a kid. The name of Dugout Cayuga was a Pog Mihan. Irish fiend was a captain. Okay. So, you know anything about the Michael? Yeah.
Wow.
There's some interesting stuff there. I teach world history and Panama Canal. That's one of the things that we actually talk about. But anyway, Digging Dude says, I did some water wading hunting recently. Cool to do, tough recovering when you're hip deep, and a lot of fun. It is. That is. Barbara, the Dirt Pirate's here tonight. Glad to have you, Barbara. She says, going to the vineyard November the 1st. Can't wait to hit the beach every day. So, yeah, it's getting about that time for some of us. Some of us were sort of waiting for the weather to sort of change and maybe get a little bit of cool temperatures. Some of you are waiting for, just that nice fall weather in general. And I think that's what's going to happen. Doug Atkins says, I'm going to wait till y'all get them and get everything figured out. Then I'll buy one. Well, they're figured out. I really believe this last update, which was the final version, I really feel, Doug, that they've got it just about dialed in. Yeah. I don't foresee them adding or changing anything really soon. But I had a lot of success running 3.10 when I ran it, and came out of there with a beautiful War of 1812 button, and it blew me away. It really did, and I wasn't expecting that at all. There's 5 Mile Relic. Kind of glad to have you in here, 5 Mile. So again, we talked a lot about the settings. I think Michael and I have told you guys about the two-tone setting that I'm running. If you want to check our two-tone program that I'm running, if you want to check that out on YouTube, you can go and see the setup that I have for that. I'm trying to find it real quick, Michael, so everybody can see it. But it is it's worked like gangbusters for us. So again, if you are interested in it, it is on my channel, and again, I was trying to pull it up. So let's see here. Hang on. Let's share our screen, Michael, so these people can see this real quick. And Michael, tell them about the two-tone program while I'm pulling this up.
What we've been running is deep high conductor. The two tones we use is the iron tone, and the second tone in the low. I think I run mine 930, somewhere in the lower 900s. A much higher tone than the iron to distinguish between the two. Recovery 2.5, and a -1 silencer.
Right.
So that's pretty much what we've been running.
Right.
It's worked great.
I wanted to show everybody this video. It says Relic Hunting Settings, which you see when I click on it, you'll see me start talking. But that's the video you want to check out if you are interested in a great relic hunting program. Michael and I feel like it is one of the better programs that we've used, and it works really well. We've got it set up to where those non-ferrous, higher conductive targets are going to scream at you, and you're going to pretty much knock out all the other stuff. So it is a cherry picking type program, but it really works well for us. And we're thinking about giving it a name. What were we going to call it, Michael?
Man, we said it the other day, and I can't remember what we decided.
We're going to call it the Scavenger Program.
The Scavenger, that's right.
Yeah, because it goes in and it scavenges all the stuff that you miss.
Oh, I forgot to mention our DS. We run. Well, I've run mine 50 to 55. You ran yours 60, I believe.
Right, and you can decide which setting that you like. If you want to run 60, or if you want to run 50 or 55. It depends on what you're really looking for. But you can set that disc up, run it at a high disc. I think it just gives better audio. Running in that two-tone program versus pitch and pitch 2. I think it really works well. I think it's deeper. You get that. You can sort of tell those sounds even on those deep signals. So, again, I really do like this two-tone setup that we've been running. And if you want to check it out, go check out that video that says Relic Hunting Settings, and see if you like it. If you don't like it, it's no harm, no foul. We're just saying that, hey, it works well for us in our area. And it's running with 3.10, and that's what we've been using with the HF2. I have not tried it with the FMF coil yet, but I'm going to, and I think you'll get good results out of it with the FM2 coil. Remember that XP has already added some enhancements in the audio too, which I don't think some of you are aware of, but that audio enhancement for the XP-2 has been applied for a lot of these programs. So you're going to get real clear audio in a lot of cases too. So I think you guys are going to really, really, really appreciate that. Anything else, Michael, you want to say about that program? Anything that I missed?
I think that pretty much covers it. I mean, we tried it in fast. We tried it in not really general. We talked about running it in general. As wet as it's been, that might have been a good idea here later.
And that's probably what I'll use if I go out this weekend, because that soil's going to be completely drenched. And running in general with that wet soil, I think that'll help us. So yeah, let's try general, Michael. I think that'd be really good.
Right. I think it will too.
Right. So anything else, Michael, about the XP Days 2 you want to tell the folks real quick before we move on?
I mean, I enjoy that coil. You know, I don't know when all of them will be released, but to me, I think it's worth the wait. I mean, really, it is. I hate that they're not getting delivered to everybody right now, but it is a good coil, and it's doing something special, in my opinion. That
Right.
I think is beyond the black coil. So I've seen a lot of good finds come out of the ground with that coal. No longer than we've had.
I mean, just think about all the finds that I've found with that coal since I've been using it on a site that's been beat up.
Yeah.
A lot of us are going into sites that have already been hunted, pretty hard, and to go in there with a new coil and a new software program on this machine, I think it's going to give you an advantage on those beat up sites and those sites that you think might be hunted out. And I really have a lot of confidence in this coil right now, and I'm really high on it. At first I was a little bit skeptical about it because, of course, you guys know there were little bugs, and then those beta versions, and then having to go through all those beta versions. But now there's no denying it for me that it's exactly what I've been needing, and it works really well. So I'm excited about it, and I think all of you guys will be too once you get it set up and start running it on your site. So it'll be good. So Barbara the Dirt Pirate says, it was a survival tip for me. If I have one ring, no way I was diving down to get it. So stuck it in the sand and just kept kicking it towards. She was, I'm assuming she's talking about something else that she was doing. Oh, a ring recovery that she was looking for. That's what she's talking about. Okay, good. So Testridge Digger says the two-tone program with the FMF coil with notch works well in tot lots and coin hunting. And, I started thinking about this because you and I have talked about this, notch or discrimination. I think that maybe running notch on the modern trash might be a little better than running discrimination jacked up on the modern trash.
Well, you can, if you run notch, especially coin hunting, you can really fine tune, what you're looking for. Just the disc works great on Relics because we're pretty much discing the lower numbers, but
Gary Holmes wants to know, with that new coil of yours, have you dug up any old metal detectors people have thrown away because of the new technology? No, I haven't, but I'll tell you, this is definitely cutting edge, and they've really done something special, I think, with this coil. And you guys, I mean, I've got the video evidence to prove it. So, and I've gone to these sites quite a few times. One of them I've been hunting for 5 years. In fact, the site where I found that Calvary butt, I told Michael there was one YouTuber that said he actually had gone to that site and said that site was done. And I even sort of hesitated taking Michael there because I'm going like, Michael, there just ain't much there. And then we pull out that HF2 coil and boom, out comes the Confederate Calvary butt. I mean, how in the world did that get missed in 5 or 6 years? And the only thing I can say is I believe the software on the Deus 2 and the new coil on the Deus 2 really helped expose that button. And I did it like 3 times in a row running that HF2 coil. So again, Barbara says the Deus 1 with the HF coil is still good. Yes. And I've got it right down here beside me right now, Michael. And there she is in her glory, the old Deus 1. And I love this machine with the HF coil. And I love running it up, and running that 74 kilohertz is like killer on some sites too, just running an individual frequency. So again, really, really good. So the other thing I wanted to talk about is I have been trying to help Garrett out, and I'm in the process of testing a firmware for them for the Vortex. And guys, I can tell you right now, Garrett is really coming on strong with a lot of these things I've seen in the updates. And so I think, if you're, if you haven't picked up one recently or haven't seen someone using it recently, stay tuned, because I think you're going to see this machine getting better and better. And the other thing I wanted to share with you guys is that the Vortex is going to be releasing, or Garrett's going to be releasing, the new 5.8 coil. And they've been kind enough to send one to me. And this thing, I think, is going to be a beast. I really do. And the reason why I say that is I used to run my AT Pro with this 5x8 coil. And that was my baby when I was running the AT Pro. And I'm real excited to run this coil on the Vortex. And we're going to be running the new update software, which is not available yet to the public. But I am going to be taking it out and testing it and just seeing what it's doing. And hopefully it's gotten a lot better. The last update that I ran for them really did well. So I know they're on the right track. And, with this new sort of little sniper type coil, I think it's going to do really well. What do you think about this coil, Michael? You like it?
Well, when I had the AT Pro, that's about the only coil I ran on that machine. That size coil, that 5x8, and I really liked it.
Oh yeah, you put this thing in a trashy area, it's going to be, it's going to execute really well. So I'm excited about running it. I can't wait to test it out. Hopefully that's going to happen this weekend. And as soon as they give me the okay, then maybe I can get some video footage to sort of show you guys what that Vortex is doing. But again, Garrett is working hard, and I wanted you guys to be aware of that. Still a lot of rumors floating around as far as some of the other companies, Nocta and MindLab. I do feel like Nocta is going to be releasing something fairly soon. I don't know when, but I'm thinking maybe within the next 2 or 3 months, maybe we might see something. But I'm not totally sure. I've been reading some of the forums and some other people that have been saying some things, and could be maybe a new Nocta, sort of a successor to the Legend. So I'm real excited about that, because I really feel like Nocta is on the verge of, really putting out something really, really, really good. That could be a little bit of a higher end machine, but we'll see. We'll see how that plant pans out. And MindLab, of course, we still keep hearing rumors of maybe a CTX, but nothing confirmed. And
the hybrid machine, the Pulse, and the is it the multi-frequency machine that MindLab? Have you heard anything else on that?
No, I haven't. I haven't heard anything, and that's something that I need to investigate. But I'm hoping that MindLab is going to get some information released really, really soon about that machine, as well as the rumors about this new machine, if there is going to be one. But yeah, right now I don't know, and I hate to even really speculate, because that could all change. But I don't know. We'll see. Barbara the Dirt Pirate says, I have a Vortex I bought for half price, brand new. Haven't updated yet, as it was freezing up machines. I haven't had any freezing issues. I would say reset it or try to redo your update, Barbara, and see if it works. But I've probably done about 10 updates with that Garrett Vortex, and it's performed flawlessly for me. And like I said, this next update, I think it's going to be a good one. I really do, because I know what they've been doing, and I know what I've been testing for them and seeing some of those things. So we'll see what happens. And of course, I tested the HF2 coil for XP, and it did. It's doing great. So I really feel like that the Vortex is going to come out of this a little bit stronger, a little better. So be prepared for that. I know a lot of you that love Garrett machines that are on here, and we're all pulling for Garrett, and I really hope that they can get this machine dialed in and make it into a machine that a lot of people are going to want to use on their sites. So again, we'll see what happens there. Let's see here. Wilton 925 says, "Have you used the Nocta AccuPoint pinpointer? How does it compare to the Carrot?" Michael's got one of those pinpointers.
Yeah.
Mike, what can you tell Wilton about that, real quick?
Well, one difference is it's rechargeable. It has the screen on it. I like it. It has a replaceable tip on it.
Okay.
It's a little bit longer than the Garrett, but the battery lasts. I think it's like 90 hours. I mean,
well, the thing I like about that AccuPoint that Nocta did was that it gives you that ability to be able to tell a ferrous and non-ferrous target, correct?
right, it does.
Yeah, and I had one, and I gave mine away on a giveaway. So yeah, they sent me one, but I did a giveaway for it on the channel, and I used it a couple of times, and I know Surfside Dan uses it, Michael's used it, and
it's a solid pinpointer.
Yeah, it's a solid pinpointer from what I've heard from those guys, and so we'll see what happens. Wilton wants to know, does it have the depth of the Garrett? What do you think, Michael? Think it'll hit a little bit deeper?
I would say, it at least has the depth of it. It does have sensitivity control on the little screen on there. You can adjust it. I'd say it's at least as deep, maybe a little bit deeper. I think it is.
Okay, you think it's a little bit deeper?
Yeah.
And I know mine has a pinpointer too that's got a way to tell from ferrous to non-ferrous.
Yeah.
So so that's going to be that pinpointer is really interesting to me as well. But
I wish mine would jump on the rechargeable.
Yeah, and they need to, and I'm sure that they're probably working on one as we speak.
Right.
But pinpointers, I love my XP pinpointer. I mean, the MI6 and MI4 work really, really well for me, and I've enjoyed running those. But it's a good pinpointer, the MI6 and the MI4.
Right.
And I've used Garrett pinpointers for a long time too, as well. And those are really the only two, Michael, other than I used that AccuPoint a few times. But other than the Garrett and the XP pinpointers, those are the only two pinpointers I've ever used, to be honest with you. How about you? You used any other pinpointers?
The Garrett, that's probably the three that I've used, the MI6 and the, I can't think of any other ones that I've used, but I know
a lot of people like that Fisher Pulse pinpointer.
Well, it's supposed to be, it's supposed to handle like the salt water good because it's almost like a pulse pinpointer.
Right. Barbara says she doesn't like her MI6.
Well, one thing I will
people that don't like the MI6, Michael. I mean, it's sort of quirky as far as setting the sensitivity up on it, and you got to hold down a button to long press it. I mean, sometimes it can be a little bit quirky. So, Barbara, I get it 100%. And like I said, the Garrett pinpointers are solid pinpointers if you have that one. The Fisher pinpointers were solid ones. The Whites TX pinpointers, I think, were what those were. I heard those were real solid. So there's a lot to pick from. Go ahead, Michael. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, one thing that I do like about that knot, you had to take the back cap to charge the MI6 or the knot, but it's a whole lot easier to take that back cap off of the knot to charge, and it uses USB-C charging, so it charges faster as well. And that's a plus to me. I mean, it's pretty much a half turn. You can take the back cap off the way it's designed. And I've had that cap get really tight on that MI6,
Yeah. I've had it where I had to almost get the pliers out.
Right.
Gene Gilstrap says that he has that Fisher Pulse pinpointer. He says
Right.
it's almost too sensitive, and I've heard that too. So yeah, pinpointers, that's a personal preference type thing. I do like the little screen on the not the pinpointer, don't you?
Yeah, it does. It makes it a whole lot easier as far as adjusting the settings on it than the MIC. Really, any of them with that little screen is it's nice because you can just look at that screen and scroll through it. And you know exactly what you're adjusting.
Yeah. Barbara says she has a heck of a time taking that carrot cap off. She says she has small hands.
Yeah.
She said it's a biatch. I love
Right.
it. Belle says, I've never had a problem with my Garrett carrot. My husband always has problems with his off and on. I tell him it's the operator. There you go, Bells. blame it on the operator. For
And
sure.
I've had good luck with that Garrett carrot as well. I mean, I've had it for years, and it's reliable. It really is. The only thing I can say, is that it's not rechargeable, but the battery lasts a long time.
Yeah, it does. It does. It's a solid that pinpointer's a solid one, and Garrett did a great job when they designed it. I'm really surprised they haven't come out with another one though. Just like we were just saying, like we were saying with mine, like maybe they make a rechargeable one, and maybe that's something too that I can mention to them and see if they're maybe working on something like that. Gene Gilstrap says, I really like the MI6 with the ability to detune to narrow in on a target, right?
Yeah.
Old timer 50 says he likes the Garrett the best. And again, hey, if it works for you and you're using it and if you're not having an issue with it, then by all means, keep using it. Hey there, Dirt Devil. Glad to have you in here tonight. And
I got a question. Like most people on here that use the MI6, do they use the pulse or the what's the other mode? There's two modes where it beeps, and there's one.
It's just a beep and a pulse mode, I think.
Beep and the pulse. Yeah. What do most people use that on?
I use mine like the Garrett. Mine sounds like the Garrett. Yeah, I like that better. I don't like where it just continuously sound and it gets louder as you move closer to it.
Right.
What do you like?
I've ran it both ways. I don't know. I mean, I got used to running that Garrett and that Honda. I got used to the beep, so most of the time I run that.
Gene Gilstrap says he likes the pulse. Yeah. So it's a personal preference, really, and I think with pinpointers, it definitely can become, really, really personable. So, I don't know, which, you gotta figure out which one works the best for you and go with it.
I think that one of the pinpointers I really liked was the White's pinpointer. I had one of those, and I wish I still had one, but that was a good pinpointer.
Wasn't it called the TX, Michael, or something?
Yeah, the TRX, the White's TRX. Yeah.
Old Timer 50 says MI6 is not loud enough. All right. Well, we need to get that worked out. I'll let XP know. Hey, we need to.
Well, that's another. The Nod is really loud too.
Oh yeah, it definitely is really loud. Let's see what the Techmeister says. The Garrett is switch on and go, but I prefer MI6 as it feels more robust. Well, the good thing about the MI6 is you can take it in the water if you do any water hunting. And I would venture to say that 90% of us on here, we don't do any water hunting. There could be some of us though that do, or dive or any of that kind of stuff. Most of us are land hunters. So, but again, some of you may get into rivers and streams, and that's great. But the MI6 is really good for divers too. So I think that's why a lot of people prefer it, especially the divers. Wilton says he runs his Garrett on vibration only, not to attract people while I'm metal detecting. I think it burns through the batteries faster that way. I'm sure it does, definitely.
So he would probably like the MI6 if he has a day, a day is too, where he can connect it to his headphones, and that is a good feature with that MI6. If where you can connect it to your headphones and you don't attract people that way either. It's not good for filming because
No.
hear, but it's
With
good.
me, I try to make sure I have that audio on so people can hear it. And Gene Gilstrap brings up a good point. You can connect it naturally.
Yeah.
If you have a legend detector or a triple score, you can connect the acupoint. I don't know if you can connect it to the triple score. I know you can connect it to the legend though. So
Yeah.
Anyway, he says he runs. I do the same thing. Old Timer 50. I run mine as a standalone. I don't use mine through my headphones, but some people like that, and that's good. Michael, do you use yours? You don't use yours through the headphones, do you?
I don't. I have in the past. Like I said, I kind of got used to using the other ones where it wouldn't connect. And so here lately, I've been running it without it connected to it. But I mean, I have run it that way in the past. If I go somewhere where, like you said, where I don't want to really attract people, like a park or something like that, yeah, I'll do it.
Barbara says, I had someone tell me the Garrett is way too loud. It must be for the deaf. I told them, well, I am deaf in one ear. So,
it does have some good volume to it.
It does. It's loud. It is plenty loud. I thought about even going back to using one of those on occasion. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Gary Holt says, true rumor going over hunted spot that has been gridded, pattern hunted out, start swinging while walking backwards, and you'll find all the objects that you missed walking forward. It's a good observation, Gary. You know what I do? I do Crazy Larry's. You know what Crazy Larry's are?
What's that?
That's where you go. Normally you'll walk in a straight line. Instead of walking in a straight line, I'll walk in diagonals. Because I'm telling you, there are targets that you'll miss because you're walking in that straight line every single time.
Well, so the tip of the week is kind of related to that. So.
What? I just spoiled the tip of the week. So somebody who was up here, Wilton says that he uses the Manicore. Unfortunately, I can't run Pinpointer to via Bluetooth. That's amazing that MindLab hasn't really come out with one that they can connect to their machine.
Well, I agree with that. That's what we've talked about in the past. I thought they would have one that would connect and one that was rechargeable, but that may be coming here pretty quick.
Yeah. Yeah, Belle, I like Belle's comment. She says, I walk like a drunk monkey on a good day.
Well.
Gary, Gene Gilstrap says, I mentioned earlier, I hunted Miramar Beach last week. No good stuff, only a ton of junk in the water and dry sand. Both Manicore and Deus on 3.08, right? You need to go ahead and get on that 3.10. I think it's, I don't know. It seems like it's running a little better than 3.08 for whatever reason. I don't know what they did to enhance it. I do know the audio is a lot better on 3.10. So definitely might want to think about going ahead and updating Gene and then trying it out and just see what you think, because I think that the audio has definitely improved. So, Mike, we've got 40 people on here tonight, which is good. It's we usually have more, and I know it's a slow time of the year, and we talk a lot of different things. And I know some of you are really into the XP machine, some of you are into the MindLab machine, some of you are into the Nocta machines, and some of you are into the Garrett machine. So we try to offer a little bit of everything for everybody. Let's talk a little bit about MindLab since we've gone through and sort of touched on XP, and we talked about Garrett, and we briefly touched on MindLab a little bit with possible CTX 4040 maybe, or something else. We don't know. What do you think about the Manicore, Michael? One thing that I've been noticing is the price. I think they've been holding constant at that new price of $12.99, which leads me to believe that MindLab possibly is coming out with another machine that's going to be at a higher price point. What do you think about that?
Well, it makes me wonder that, with the price. And I think a lot of these companies now are trying to stay around that price. In competition. You know, I know we got some good deals on the days too now in the Manicore, and both of those are great machines. I love both of them. So I don't think you can go wrong with either one of them. But as far as that, I think that's going to be the new price for that machine, that $12.99, right?
Yeah, and I'm telling you, that's a heck of a deal at $12.99.
It is. I would like to see, if they could sell that machine with the M9 coil.
Right. I don't understand why they don't bundle that together. That's one thing. And I was hoping Mike might be on here tonight, but he's not. But yeah, I don't understand why they don't do an M9 bundle and have one with the 11-inch and one with the 9-inch, much like XP does with the Deus 2.
Well, it would be great to see a package with the Deus 2 with the HF2 coil.
Right. Well, and I know I sort of have an idea about why they're doing that. I think it's really a money thing, Michael.
Right.
I think they realize, hey, and I think the same way with MindLab, they want to sell that 9-inch coil individually rather than packaging it or bundling it together. And I get it. I mean, they're in this business too to make money.
Right.
But I would love to see a 9-inch bundle for the Manicore, because I love the 9-inch coil, and we've talked about the 9-inch coil and its unmasking capabilities, and we've also talked about how we like the 9-inch coil even over the 5x8. We just feel like it just gives us a little better unmasking. Really, it does.
I agree.
And it's a solid coil, and we've had a
lightweight coil. It totally changes the feel of that machine.
It does, and it lightens that machine up, and it's just a pleasure to swing. And I mean, I can't say enough good things about what MindLab did with that Manicore, and with that 9-inch, I just think it's just an awesome machine. Let's see here. Yes, Gene Gilstrap's right. If you're using this the Manicore in the water, just makes it a lot easier to you don't get that drag like you would get with an 11-inch coil in the water, and that coil's a lot thinner than the 11-inch coil too, or the 5x8. In fact, the 5x8 feels heavier to me than the 9-inch coil on that.
Right. I agree with you. I think it does feel heavier. It may not be, but it just has that feeling.
Well, there's Carson Chris. He said, I just started headed out to Prospect a couple of days in Nevada Desert. Well, good luck, Carson Chris. Let us know what you do, buddy, and take that HF2 coil with you and see what you can find, and hopefully it does really, really well. Digging Buddy wanted to know any news at all on HF2. Seems like it's just in limbo. Yeah, we did that at the beginning of the show, but just a real quick recap. We do know that there's sort of a hold right now, mainly due to the tariffs, and that's all we can say at this point. But we do know that they are negotiating and trying to work through that, and hopefully they get that done real soon, and we start seeing some of these HF2 coils. I feel like they will, and we'll see what happens. Let's see here. Our buddy Tex is in here, says Fine Bourbon slowed him down tonight. Well, we can understand that, Tex. That slows anybody down sometimes, right?
That's right.
Yes, because they make dollars. That's right. You're right, Will. I mean, they're in it to make money. And, sometimes we want the products, and sometimes there's some other things that are involved that make it sort of hard to make it happen. Gary Holes, yes, the Manicore is a great machine. If you've got a Deus 2, you've got a great machine too. But if you want to, add another weapon to the arsenal, the Manicore is an awesome machine. They're really, really close as far as what they do. Have you used No, I have not, and I know that they have updated that and made it they made it better from what we've seen. So
well, there's a new sound tone option, right, for the Extreme Hunter. Is that
there
right?
it is. And what I'm hoping is this winter, when it cools down, we're actually going to go in there with the with the Extreme Hunter, and we're going to go in there with a GPR on this site that I've been hunting, and hopefully we can find a trash pit. And that's going to be the goal of the winter and the fall, is to see if we can locate a trash pit on this site that I've been hunting on. And that will be really cool. And Surfside's part of that. And my, what's that?
I said in a backhoe.
Yeah, well, hey, when we got the backhoe this time, so that's what we're hoping to do, and we're going to put that Extreme to the test, especially with this new update, and maybe we can come out of there with something really, really cool. Corey Kunkel says, I don't think the HF coil is a only coil needed coil. That's right, and I've said this from the beginning. It's a situational coil for certain situations. I still think the 9-inch is probably your everyday go-to coil, the 9 and the 11, whichever one you have. I think those are going to be the two coils that you go to the most. Of course, I prefer the 9 over the 11, but I think I found some really good things with that 11-inch coil too. But I think those are still going to be your main coils. But when you get in a really tight spot or you get into a really trashy area, this might be the coil that you want to pull out and start using, which is what Michael and I have been doing. So, that's just the way it is. Tex says he's got 63 detectors and a few are under the bed. I feel that way sometimes, Tex. I feel like I've got a lot. In fact, a good friend of mine says, hey, you need to sell off some of those. But, I always find a use or find something, somebody that wants to go detecting, or maybe there's somebody that wants me to check something for them. So I love being able to have those and being able to refer back to them. Barbara says, still debating on D2 and Manicore. Hard to get rid of a Deus one when someone gave me the HF and a large coil. So
you can't go wrong with either one.
No, you're not going to go wrong, Barbara. If you do decide to do that, you've still got a great detector with the Deus one.
Right.
But again, the Manicore and the Deus 2, they're just some powerful machines at this point, and I would highly recommend either one of those machines. And I don't think you're going to miss a beat with them. I really don't. So again, decide which one you like. Decide what kind of tones you like. I like the Deus 2 because of the lightweight ergonomics of that machine. But I also like the Manicore with the M9 coil. I think it really lights that machine up and does a great job. So there's Surfside Dan said just coming off the beach. So maybe Surfside Dan found us some really cool stuff. He says he just found one gold earring. So, but he's on here.
Yeah.
Says, have you compared the coil depth on the FMF and the HF2 coil? How do they compare? I'm going to say this, and I haven't tested this completely, but I have seen some things. I still think that the FMF coil is going to be slightly deeper than the HF2 coil, but that's not to say that the HF2 coil is not fairly deep, because I've dug targets anywhere from 9 to 12 inches running the HF2, but if I were a betting man, Test Ridge, I would still say the FMF is probably deeper.
Right.
Or the 11 definitely is deeper. The 9, it's probably really close as far as what I've seen. Now, I've got mild and neutral soil, so again, that's going to be based on soil conditions as far as what kind of depth you're probably going to get out of that coil. Hi, Fred's in here. He says, I get older. Notch is my friend now. Pitch 2 on your WS6 Master. Oh yeah, and that's another thing too. If you're sort of on the fence about a Deus 2 and you just want to get into learning XP machines, the WS6 Master is a great way to get into it. You're getting Deus 2 performance with a cheaper price, basically. With that WS6 Master, of course, the only drawbacks to it is it does have a smaller screen. I'm going to be honest. The buttons are real tiny that you have to touch on it, but you're going to get Deus 2 performance out of that WS6 Master. So that's where you benefit from it. So, if you are thinking about it and maybe you're on the fence and maybe you don't want to put, $1,200 or $1,300 or $1,400 into a machine, then the WS6 Master might be a way to go and running it. And I have not run the WS6 Master with the new software, Michael, and I need to do that at some point.
Right. Yeah.
So, yeah, Doug Atkins says somebody needs to call the White House and get these coils flowing. I know. I'm with you guys 100%. And again, I get the idea of tariffs. I teach economics, so I get the whole idea and what's going on. But, you know, when you can run into a situation like this, you're going like, what the heck? Why can't we just get these things in here? And, you know, it's not to be political, but it is a tough situation. It really is. And I get where XP's coming from, too, on this whole situation as well. Tex Kinsey says at 6'2" and 240, I have plenty of drag in the water. Well, what if you were Michael and you're 6'7"? He's got plenty of drag in the water, too. Thank you, Chris. Hit that like button. Again, don't leave from here tonight without hitting that like button. That helps our algorithm, gets us going. And I appreciate you guys being here tonight, as always. And we got such a wonderful crowd in here. Q Lick Bang Boom. He says, I look forward to seeing it shine. Okay. All right. The Tech Meister says, my Manicore arrives next week, and I can't wait to try it on a permission that I've done many times with the Deus 2. Well, I'm going to be honest with you. You're going to find out you've missed some things with that Manicore, won't he, Michael?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, with that Deus, with that, once he starts using that Manicore that you missed with the Deus 2.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah. We've gone back over sites. Now, it hasn't been with this new software, but it has been with the old software.
Right.
And we were really impressed. So I think you're going to see a lot of the same things on the Tech Meister when you get your Deus or when you get your Manicore as well. What do you think, Michael? You think he's going to find some more things that he missed?
I think he will. I think you'll be surprised, really. We were.
I really do. Corey Kunkel says, agreed on the 9-inch and the 11-inch. The 9 is my go-to. Right. And the 11-inch is a little deeper than the 9-inch, but the 9-inch is a deep coil. I think it's surprisingly deep, sort of like the same way with the Manicore 9-inch coil. It's surprisingly deep, isn't it, Michael?
It is. It really is for a 9-inch coil. Definitely is. There's not much difference in that 9 and 11 as far as depth, really. I mean, it is a little deeper than 11, but that 9 is surprisingly deep.
Right. Corey Kunkel says that HF is amazing and sand with tiny targets. You know, and that was the one thing, and I think we mentioned this last week. We thought that when we got that HF2 coil, Michael, we were going to start digging a lot of really small targets. But that hasn't necessarily been the case, has it?
It really hadn't, and that surprised me about that coil. I thought the same thing. It's almost we know it's finding the small gold, but I don't know. It's just it does find small targets, but we're not digging every little BB and little small pellet of lead.
Right.
To come across. I mean, it's that really surprised me with that coil.
It does. It surprises me very, very much. OC Beat Digger says, I only have 2 machines, a Manicore and Deus 2, both with several coil options. Can't see much reason right now to have more than that. Well, you've got the best.
That's what I got.
Yeah, and Michael, that's what Michael uses. Some days I make him go back to the truck and get the other one, and some days I won't let him use the other one because I don't want him to find more than what I'm finding. So we go back and forth, don't we, buddy?
Yeah, that's right. We do.
Gene Gilstrap says, I had the Equinox 800 with me at the beach, lent it to a neighbor kid who had a $50 machine from Bass Pro. I think I converted a youngin' to the hobby. You probably did if you gave him an 800 because that's an awesome machine. Definitely a great machine. The Tech Monster says, I wanted the 9-inch coil, but the 11-inch is one that's standard with it. I heard there's a 18-inch coil that you can get for it. They got some big coils.
I think it's a Coil Tech coil, the 18-inch.
Well, I've got the 15-inch, and I'm telling you, that's a monster. And Michael saw me use it, too.
Yeah.
I used it all day on that site that you guys have seen me on, and that 15-inch did really, really, really well. So yeah, really, really good. Techmeister says I ordered a folding mount that allows you to fold the head unit flat. Yeah, I've seen those before. Ted Shrews Digger says XP needs to open a factory in the USA. I agree 100%. Just go ahead and do it. You know, get rid of those tariffs and just open up a factory here in the United States. Right, Michael?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Q-Lick Bang Boom. That's a funny name. The Manicore has definitely impressed me, and boy, does it go deep. It does. I agree with you 100%. It is a deep machine. Barbara the Dirt Digging Pirate says, my digging buddy has only used GPX for over 20 years. He loves the Manicore and uses it more than the GPX. It's a great machine, no question about it. The Techmeister, he says, I've tried the folding handle on the Equinox. It lasted about 12 folds before it broke. Well, that's not good to hear. So hopefully he'll get a lot more out of it. Corey Kunkel says, I do love the big day is too cool after a 3-day soaking rain on deep high conductor. Hey, yeah, set that bad boy up. You're going to go, you want to go deep. You're really going to go deep with the bigger coil on deep high conductor on some of your sites, I'm sure. Bell says, my husband and I tested the 9 and 11 and couldn't tell much difference. I have both. He has the 9 and the 15. Yeah.
I agree with that. There's not much
really Corey Kunkel says the Techmeister, I just installed that and lets me fit the Manicore into an XP bag. Right. Yeah, you can do that. And we've given away a couple of bags over the last couple of weeks. We gave away a beautiful Nocta bag, and we gave away an XP bag when we had to take them with Jesse on here. And we were really excited about helping you guys out with that. Digging Dude says 13 by 11 coil on the XP Deus 2 is a killer. Right. Michael Singer used that one too. Michael, remember that?
Yeah.
You know, we had a field day with that machine or with that coil on the XP Deus too. So really, really, really cool. So we talked about the Manicore. We talked about MineLab. We talked about Garrett and Vortex updates coming for that. The 5x8 coil coming for that. I guess the final one is Nocta, and of course we sort of mentioned that too. We think that Nocta's coming with a new machine. I've reached out to them and asked them about let me know some things, giving me some information I can share with you guys, and hopefully they will. And hopefully we're going to have Delic on here. She said she was going to come on here, so hopefully we'll have her on here real soon. We're probably going to have Steve Moore from Garrett Metal Detectors come on after they release this next update. So we'll have him. We're going to try to get Debbie on if she's not too busy from MineLab. Get her back on here to talk a little bit of MineLab news and what's going on with them. So we're looking forward to that. And we're going to have Only Me Metal Detecting from Great Britain. So we're going to try to get him on. And we should have him on either the end of this month, which is coming up in the next couple of weeks, or sometime in September. So we can look forward to having those guys on, and they can share some of the information about the XP machine, and hopefully that will happen as well. So, Michael, we're going to do a giveaway tonight. You ready to do that?
Yeah. Or you want to do the tip of the week first?
Oh, I knew you were going to bring up that tip of the week. You're a glory hound. That's what I figured out about you. You really love
We
it.
usually do the giveaway last, so that's why.
Yeah. Well, we've got to do our tip of the week because everybody is clamoring for it. And they like to watch Michael give these tips of the week. And for those of you that are new to the channel, we always do our tip of the week with Michael. And Michael's got a good one this week. And he says I've already sort of spoiled it a little bit, but maybe I didn't. Did I spoil it, Michael, or no?
No, I mean, it's somewhat.
Somewhat. And I didn't even know what you did because I haven't even watched it, to be honest with you. So, because I got here at last minute. Like I said, I've been dealing with a whole bunch of stuff this week. And so I got here last minute and I just downloaded it, threw it on here. So I haven't seen this yet, guys. So
The tip of the week is make sure you check on your garage
Yeah, and
Make sure the water heater is not flooded.
Make sure it's not flooded, and make sure your air conditioning is working.
Right.
But
Well,
look,
you knew the air conditioner because you could feel that.
oh my God, that was terrible, terrible stuff. All right, let's do our tip of the week from Michael. You guys stay tuned, and we'll be right back. Let's put Michael up here, and we'll be right back as soon as the tip of the week is over.
All right, guys, I wanted to hop on here and film.
One more time, Michael.
This week I want to talk about using smaller coils, hunting and iron, like the HF2 coil. Even though it's a smaller coil, it's lighter weight. A lot of people have a tendency to swing it faster. And, that's kind of the wrong thing to do. I know the dais, you have to have a certain swing speed a lot of times for it to pick up, but what you want to slow down is your movement forward. Even overlapping your swings to make sure you got that iron area covered really well. So just slow down, advancing forward. You can keep your steady swing, but you want to make sure that you slow down and at times overlap your swings just so you don't miss those targets hidden in the iron. But that's kind of my tip. I know it's a lighter coil and there's a tendency to swing it faster and move faster with it, but you want to slow down and actually get the benefit of using that small coil in the iron. That's my tip of the week this week, guys. Have a good night.
All right, what do you think, Michael? You got anything you want to add to that? I sort of spoiled it.
No, I mean, that's just, even if you're hunting with a smaller coil, it's just, everybody is lighter weight. You tend to swing faster, move faster, but, slowing, especially your advance forward, I know the dais, you have to have a certain swing speed to be, to hunt with that machine. But as far as advancing forward, you don't want to go forward too fast and skip over some targets doing that. But
yeah,
especially in that iron,
Yeah, well, we all have a tendency to do that. We put
Right.
that little small coal on there, and maybe you've been swinging the 11, and then you put that small coal on there, and all of a sudden it feels like you don't have hardly anything in your hand.
Right.
Yeah, and it's just the temptation is to swing even faster, and that coal is designed to pick out targets out of trash, and of course even with the HF2 coal, or maybe you got the 5x8 on the Manicore, maybe you got the smaller coal, the LG24 on the Legend, or whatever machine it is that you're using. And we tend to go a little bit faster, once we get those smaller coals on there. But if you slow down, that's going to be great because you're going to be able to pick out a lot of those targets out of there. So again, I think it'll be really, really good. I like Ohio Fred's comment. Should put those tips in Chinese fortune cookies. Michael, we might have to come out with some Chinese fortune cookie detecting tips of the week. What do you think?
Yeah, let's do it. Is that going to be a prize one week? Some fortune cookies.
That would be really cool if we did that. So I know people would have a ball. We're still working on your pink shirt too, by the way. So we're gonna have to get that up as well sometime soon. So anything else, Michael, before we do our giveaway and we're going to get out of here? I know a lot of people are waiting around for that. So we're going to do that next. And we're going to get out of here and hopefully have a great weekend. And hopefully everybody else does too. And they can get out and find some amazing treasures. And, check out our channel. We got a lot of things coming for the channel. And, those things will be happening really, really soon. Got a couple of videos that should come up from some hunts that I haven't published yet. So hopefully that will be coming up. If you like what you're seeing on here, hit that subscribe button. If you're new to the channel, we would greatly appreciate it. That helps with our algorithm and all those types of things. Keeps our channel going. If you feel compelled to donate to the channel, you can do that right now. with a super chat or super thanks through YouTube. If you feel compelled, you don't have to. We're going to be here, but it does help out with our live stream and some other things too, as far as shipping these giveaways and doing some of the things that we do. Helps out with the cost of the live stream, which we pay for as well. And we do a lot. We really do. And I apologize. Like I said, I've been trying to get back into the swing of work, and I know some of the content is sort of slowed down as I'm coming out of summer mode into work mode again. And we're going to try to get some of that stuff up and running as well.
We'll have to start a water heater fund this week. You've had
yeah. I had to pay for a water heater, and I had to get my air conditioner worked on this week. So hopefully somebody feels sorry for me. I don't know. So Desiree Digger says, "Why does the Super Freak swing so fast?" Oh, that's a good question. He's in some really trashy areas. If he probably slowed down just a little bit.
He's wide open. I mean, that's the only thing you can say about him. He is wide open.
Yeah. So anyway, glad to have Key Day Kids on here. Casey from Excalibur Metal Detectors. Glad to have him on here with us tonight. Appreciate you joining in. And Doug Atkins says, instead of fortune cookies, make them Sasquatch sandwiches. All 6, 7 of them. So thank you, hi Fred. We really appreciate that. Key Day Kids says, treasure fortune cookies. Eat one right before your treasure hunting adventure. Right. Give you a tip before you start.
All right.
You think we can get Mrs. MC Relic Hunter to start baking some cookies, and we can put them in a little bag just for metal detector. What do you think?
We go for that. I don't know.
You don't think she should do that?
Probably.
We'll have to get the history digger, his wife, to do it. I think she would do something like that.
Yeah, she probably would.
Here we go. Digging Daryl says, great show, guys. Thank you, Digging Daryl. Case Kinsey says, I would burp. So, all right. So, Michael, we got a couple things we got to give away tonight. It's not a ton of things, but this is all going to go to one person. Whoever wins tonight.
Yeah.
We're going to give away 2 things. Okay. So,
the Tech Monster, you can add a power bank to the mana cord. They actually sell one. I can't remember what it's called, but it mounts to the bottom of your shaft.
Yeah, well, and if you are interested in that, contact Mike at LMS Metal Detecting.
Right.
He's support of our channel. He can definitely get you hooked up. Thank you, Digging Dude. I appreciate that, buddy, for that super sticker. So tonight, we are going to be giving away, and somebody brought up the ORX, but we got a XX ORX t-shirt. So we're going to be giving that away. And then we've also got one of the new XP hats, Michael.
What does it say on the side there, Brian?
What's that? Oh, it says 25th anniversary on the side.
Okay.
So yeah, these are really nice hats. I like them a lot better than the old high top red and black ones.
I do too. I think those are better looking.
Yeah, it's a little bit lower profile, and for you guys, since it's getting ready to turn a little bit cool, having a nice black hat like that, I think you guys will enjoy it. So we are going to be giving away a shirt and a hat tonight from XP. We appreciate XP sponsoring our giveaway tonight, and we're going to be giving those 2 things away. So you're going to get an ORX t-shirt. It is a XX. Okay, but these things, Michael, go ahead and tell them why do we give away the bigger sizes?
So if you wear an XL, that'll be about right for you.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, if you wear an XL, that's definitely the size for you. If you wear a double X, you're going to want a triple X. So you're going to have to go up. You're going to have to go up a size for sure. Yeah, Barbara. Yeah, but again, these things were not meant for Americans, apparently. Were they, Michael?
I would say not.
I think that they were meant for the obese society, which is what the U.S. has turned into.
Yeah.
So, yeah, well, we've got a great set of prizes here, a nice, beautiful XP hat, and we're going to be giving away an ORX t-shirt. So, Michael, do you want to tell me what you want the hashtag to be for tonight, and we will set that up.
Well, you can make it, just put hashtag ORX. That's the easy one.
Yeah, hashtag ORX.
Yeah.
And I know I heard a couple of people talking about the ORX, and I think it was Barbara that was talking about the ORX.
Yeah.
It was somebody on here. So, yeah, so we're going to be giving away the ORX t-shirt, and we're also going to be giving away an XP hat tonight as our giveaway. So we're gonna put this up, Michael. Let's share our screen here. Hang on one second. And I think you guys are going to appreciate it. So it's hashtag ORX. And there we go. So we already got 8 people that have already put in for it. So good. But yeah, these are nice shirts too, soft cotton. So again, I think you guys will like the shirt. And we're going to be giving away a nice XP hat to go along with it.
They are soft shirts. I know the day it's the same. I'm sure it's the same as the Day Is 2 shirt, and it's really soft.
Oh yeah, they're soft. Dig and Do says hashtag beer is what the hashtag should be on a Friday night, right? Happy hour. So again, hashtag ORX is what we're doing tonight. Right. 5 Miles says he bought his wife the ORX because it's so light. Right. And it's a great machine, single frequency machine, but man, you can do a lot with it. You get that small HF coil with it too. And man, it's a pretty powerful machine for a single frequency for sure. So that's what we're going to be giving away tonight. So I'm glad you guys stuck around with us. Thank y'all so much. Please, before you leave tonight, hit that like button. Share the channel if you can. We're trying to grow. Our main goal is to try to get to 20,000. We're at almost 15,000 right now, and we would love to get to 20,000 over the next few months, and maybe we can make that happen. But again, I love our audience. I love who comes on here every Friday night and loves being a part of our show. So again, hopefully you enjoyed the show, and hopefully there's some information that was shared tonight that you guys can use out in the field and make you a better detectorist. So hopefully that's what it's all about. So glad we can be here, and glad you guys joined in with us tonight on a Friday night. Barbara says a lot of people just coming for the giveaway. They could be, Barbara. You know, maybe we start doing the giveaway at the beginning of the show rather than at the end and see what happens. And then we'll have everybody coming at the beginning and then bail out on us. But it was a great show. There was a lot of great information in here, and that's what Michael and I try to do. We love helping everybody out, but we also love metal detecting. We love the history. We love all those types of things. We're not the kind of detectors that just go out and we look for relics and then sell them. That's not what this channel's about. There are some channels out there that's what they do. They find something and they want to sell it. We're not that way. We love history, and we love giving back to the community. And that's what this channel is mainly about. So we're super excited that you guys joined in tonight with us as we share some of that information as well. So, Michael, anything else while we're waiting on all these people to get in?
No, I was just reading some of the comments on
I like Damien's. He says the bigger you get, the more annoying the commercials. Damien, come on, buddy. You got to help us here. But we appreciate you, Damien. Thank you so much. Where's Michael's knife? Michael got that knife.
I got the knife.
He did get it. Thank you, Ferris Grunt. We appreciate you. Always loyal to the channel. And I know you're here a little bit late, but we appreciate you joining in. 5 Mile Relic Hunter says, Casey, you could use the shirt as the nightgown. Well, I'm telling you guys, I know 5 Mile's sitting there making fun of that, but these shirts, even though it's a double X, it doesn't fit like a double X.
It's actually an extra large.
Yeah.
By American standards.
Yeah. Ohio Fred says he comes for the cookies and the tip of the week. There you go, Michael. So Ohio Fred's a big fan here. Gary Hull says, yes, great information. Thank you, Gary. We appreciate that. Does the ORX go deep? Yeah, you run it in a single frequency.
It is deep.
It's a deep machine. It really is. It's solid as well. And we'll see what happens. Austin Bradley says, good luck to everyone. Austin, glad to have you in here tonight. Barbara the Dirt Pirate says, Rob Rizzo gave me a Deus hat as I was the only one he knew that still used the Deus one. There you go. Let's see here. Tex Kinsey says, I love chocolate pink cake. There you go. Damien says, you're like the more Kardashians of the metal detective world. I don't know about all that, Damien, but whatever. Let's see here. Let's see. Detective. Oh, Aggie's in here. You knew Aggie was going to be in here if there's a giveaway for sure.
Yeah, she got here late.
Yeah, that's all right. We're glad to have Aggie. Aggie's also a great supporter of the channel as well. So we're going to give everybody a couple more minutes. Michael, we got 31 people, even though we got 40 showing up on the live views. But we'll let these guys get a few more minutes. Anything, what you got planned, Michael? Are you going to be able to detect this weekend or not?
I might. I got something to do tomorrow, or maybe Sunday afternoon I can get out. I'm hopefully, the last 2 days is the weather's been pretty nice here. I mean, as far as no rain anyway, it's been warm, but if it stays like that, yeah, I hope to get out. Right.
Well, I hope you are, buddy. Old Timer 50 says ORX has coin deep mode, goes very deep. Yeah, that's a cool one. Key Day Kid says, Michael, you going to dig with that shovel?
Yeah, I am going to dig with that shovel.
I don't even know what you're talking about, Michael. I don't know what is that?
It's a shovel that I'm testing out.
I know it is. Let's see here. My buddy uses the Deus One and loves it. The Deus One is a solid machine, 5 mile, and that's what I used up until the Deus Two came along, and I sort of hesitated when I eventually sold it, but then I got another one because it's just a great machine, and it's one that just keeps on giving for sure. So looks like we're picking up a couple more people. Ferris Grump says he's hoping that Aaron helps me from some beach finds. I hope so too, Ferris Grump. Maybe it'll push a little bit of wave action. As long as we don't get hit by it, then I'm okay with the wave action and maybe knocking down some of that sand for sure. Let's see. Will that hat giveaway stay on your head in the middle of a hurricane? I don't know. Let's hope we don't have a hurricane anytime soon. Let's see here. Ricky Bennett says coming a frog choker here now, right? He means there's a lot of rain coming for sure. So let's see here. Digging Dude says let's dig. I'm with you, Digging Dude. It's time to go, buddy. Tim Silver's in here. He's got a little bit of laughing emoji going on. Austin Bradley says, if I win, I'm going to donate it to a friend of his. Okay, great. All right. So, Michael, I think we're about ready to do our drawing. What do you think?
Yeah.
Dick Dude says he wants Brian's sunglasses. That's
everybody. He might as well dig and do. He don't never wear them, but on his hat. So.
Yeah, I wear them out. I put them on my hat so I don't lose them. That's the main reason why. If I didn't put them on my hat, they'd get lost. So that's why I always keep them there. So yes, I like it. Diggy Dudes, it's got the sunglasses on as well. All right. So let's get this drawing out of the way, Michael, and let's head out of here. Thank you guys again for joining in tonight. Good luck to everybody. And again, check us out on Southern Relic Adventures. We would appreciate it. Hit that like button before you leave tonight. We would appreciate that too as well. And we're going to be here each Friday night with you guys, sharing information, having a good time, and just enjoying talking metal detecting. So thank you guys again for joining in. So let's do our drawing, Michael. And we got our drawing going on. Who's going to be our lucky winner tonight? Joe Dirt is our lucky winner. Yeah, I haven't seen any comments from Joe Dirt tonight, but he must be lurking.
I think he said he uses an ORX.
Is he really?
Now, I think he did. Maybe he can comment on here.
I haven't seen him on.
That would be good if he
I'm
gets the
seeing
ORX.
everybody's comments. Joe Dirt, make sure you send me your address, and we'll get this mailed out to you, a hat and a shirt from Southern Relic Adventures. It's SRANSC@gmail.com, and we will get that mailed out to you as soon as possible. And again, congratulations to our good buddy Joe Dirt, and hopefully Joe's in here. I haven't seen him. Joe, you need to respond and let me know you're here. If you're not here, we got to do it again.
Let's see. He commented a little bit ago. So
yeah, hopefully he's here. Let's give him a couple of minutes. He said, Barbara says she thinks Joe Dirt went Betty by. If he's not here, we'll do it again. No.
Yes. He said no, but I was late. Okay.
All right. So Joe Dirt is our winner. Joe, send us your mailing address at sransc@gmail.com. We're going to get that mailed out to you. Congratulations again. Thank you, each and every one of you tonight, for being a part of the show. We really appreciate you guys. And it's always a fun time, right, Michael?
It is. I've enjoyed it tonight.
Yeah, just a nice laid-back show. And we do have some guests coming up. I know you guys sort of get tired of seeing me and Michael all the time. Maybe you're ready to see somebody else. But we appreciate it, you guys joining in and being a part of the show. So anything else, Michael, before we leave?
I think we've covered a lot tonight. So
thank you, Ferris Scrump. We appreciate that. Again, all those super thanks, super chats, all go straight back into the channel for mailing and for our live stream software and so on. So we appreciate you guys so much for those super chats and super thanks. Again, if you want to be a member of the Southern Relic Adventures thing, we're gonna. In fact, Michael, I'm working on something right now, and I meant to bring this up to you. But anybody that it becomes a member, we are going to give out some stickers. We're in the process of getting some stickers made that we'll send to you, sort of showing you that you are a member of the Southern Relic Adventures membership program, which you can sign up for. You don't have to. We're always going to be here on Friday night. But we are working on that. We are going to have a live stream for our members coming up sometime in the near future with some special information just for our members. So be prepared for that. If you are a member, we appreciate you. Thank you so much for being a member and helping our channel out as well. So again, we are going to be giving away some stickers to our members to make sure they have that and they can do that.
You know what I was kind of thinking? Maybe we can have a special guest and let them kind of have a one-on-one question, ask some questions, let them answer some questions on members only.
Yeah, well, we might do that. Yeah, and we're gonna try to have some more things for our members because again, you guys are doing a wonderful job of supporting the channel, and that's what makes this channel go. And we want to make sure that we keep this channel alive. And we bring a lot of stuff that a lot of channels don't bring. We bring information that a lot of channels don't bring. We bring guests that a lot of channels don't bring. Right. So, again, we want to make this channel special. It's a home for all of us just to come here and have fun and enjoy being with each other on a Friday night. So, again, if you are interested in membership, you don't have to, but you can sign up for it. All you got to do is hit that join button, and you can join the membership, and we would appreciate that. And again, that goes into paying for a lot of the things that we do. So again, we appreciate you guys. Digging Dude says, how about an SRA beer? Yeah, maybe we can make our own beer, Michael. What do you think?
Yeah, a lot of people do.
Yeah. Digging Dude says it's happy hour. It is. We consider it the metal detecting happy hour. So again, thank y'all so much. Thank you, Aggie. She says the SRA posse That's right. And we are working on that. So again, you guys that are members, we are going to have a special show for you guys coming up. And maybe we can get a special guest on there, and we can get some addresses, and we can ship out some of these stickers that we got coming in real soon. So yeah, mount up. Right. That's it. And again, it's been a great show. Michael, thanks for everything. Thanks for being here tonight. And we will catch you guys real soon on our next adventure. Stay tuned for content from Southern Relic Adventures. We appreciate each and every one of you. You guys have a wonderful, fantastic weekend. Thanks.
Have a great weekend, guys.
All right. See you guys. Well, let's see.